Hello everyone. I am so ill. And I don't mean like, yo, I'm so ill in it, I'm killing it, you're feeling it. No, I mean like, I am so... So what was that? No, none of you, literally no one thought I meant that. But I've been away for about 5 days or so and at a convention, and of course that means with all of those people near me, I'm gonna get something. So apologies if videos are a little bit different for the next few days, schedule and my voice wise, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But what I do notice is that I make a video talking about how it's a little bit ridiculous that people like Genji can have a second and a half of grace time before their ultimate drains, and loads of you people, 64 dislikes, are like, you're stupid, what are you talking about, this is just nitpicking, don't be ridiculous. And I come back, lo and behold, what do I see? All ultimates now drain instantly being tested on the PTR. I mean, what can I say except you're welcome? I need healing. Oh, that's fantastic though. I mean, seriously, what are the chances? I'm not going to be here thinking that, you know, obviously Blizzard are just eyeballing my channel for future updates. Though then again, based on track record, maybe? Can I get a sign, Blizzard? Can I get a sign? This I really like though. Obviously, I really like it. It's exactly one of the solutions I proposed in my video. Just have everyone equal footing. You press Q, you go to 0. You have to think about when you use your ultimate. There's no half-assed choices. It really is a I'm going all in scenario. Puts a lot more weight on the decision of when you place it. A lot more onus on knowing the right situation and time to pop your ult. And I think it's just fantastic. It really is. Everyone knows what happens and everyone is on a level playing field. And honestly, I think it's just wholly better for the game, because it's just a little bit weird that there's that seeming random disparity between everyone's ultimates, because you cannot have it, because inherently it implies a power difference between the ultimates, and that's not something Blizzard want to do. You don't want to be playing a character that, by virtue of them having lots of grace time, they're seen as being almost weaker, you know? It doesn't create a good feeling. Obviously, it also doesn't create a good feeling to instantly react counter a Genji and have him come back and wipe your team. But this is all stuff I said in that video, so there's no point me just repeating myself. I just think it's really funny that this happened, and not for the first time. So, lots of other stuff has been going down. I just wanted to I'm so ill. I just wanted to do a little bit of a roundup today while I'm still getting back on my feet and talk about some stuff that I missed. I mean, we do have D.Va's boosters being a hold down, and then when you let go, you stop boosting, which is actually quite good. The extra button press was a little bit non-intuitive on D.Va, but it is a small thing. The other thing I want to touch on is the ZARYA leak that we got a while back of her and an Omnic being, well, a little bit closer than you would think for someone who hates them with a fiery passion that burned so bright she ripped a tank-mounted weapon off with her hands and started using it manually. So I'm excited to see how this develops, especially as it is finally the continuation of the storyline started by the Sombra release cinematic a year ago. God, it's been a long time, hasn't it? What a wild ride we've been on, and, well, still on. There is no getting off it. This is a one-way ticket, but I'm sure excited to see the twists and turns we have coming up. Obviously, the very subtle Sombra logo there as well, so maybe this Omnic is something to do with Talon, maybe a target, maybe this Omnic is actually someone else capable of a bit hacky. I mean, he's got these weird almost antennae things going on, which looks like a modification, and to me that's something that would involve signals, right? So maybe this Omnic can be used to quite effectively deal with communications, and obviously intelligence is a huge part in, well, war, so potentially ZARYA's mission is to get this dude to Volskaya, and Volskaya wants to use this Omnic for her own purposes, a purpose which involves getting out of this friendship with Sombra, and I feel like maybe that's a lot to infer from some metal bits on an Omnic's head, but you know, that's what we're here for. I cannot exclaim right now because, again, I am ill. I just would like to keep reaffirming that fact. It almost hurt. But it looks like they're about to be attacked by someone with a baseball bat based on the shadow. So that's curious because it does seem to be a human, right? So ZARYA defending an Omnic from a human? What is this sorcery? We do get a little bit of a preview page, and it looks very interesting. So obviously we saw from the cinematic, ZARYA is called by Volskaya to come help her out, but immediately before you even read any text, all of ZARYA's faces in this are a fine line between confused and worried, and that's not really a state we see someone like ZARYA in, you know? It's very, and that's curious to me. And even then, Volskaya does the whole, no, I need a friend routine that Sombra did to her, which I think is definitely a neat parallel. I mean, you could also think that this has made Volskaya go very much, you know what? It's odd, which is an interesting little food, because obviously Volskaya is very powerful, the corporation. I mean, you see the giant-ass robots, so if someone can control her, there's a lot of potential for, well, a lot of things going wrong. So yeah, ZARYA is like, you need a spy. Why are you wanting me? I am muscle. I destroy things. I break them in half. I don't try and stop someone who's all about subterfuge, but no, Volskaya's like, no, I need a friend, okay? I need a friend, and you are going to help me out, because apparently ZARYA is the only one to be trusted with this task. So presumably we're going to get a little bit more insight into ZARYA's motivations, what happens, and I feel like Volskaya is playing ZARYA a little, playing on the more pure, good-natured of ZARYA does the right thing. Because dropping words like, this person must be brought to justice, I mean, obviously that is shading the fact that, no, this person must be stopped because they have sensitive information about me that I don't want to get out, is not really the way you go about getting someone like ZARYA to help you. So there seems to be a lot of things at play here, and it does want them to get a target, and it's something that nobody has had before. Now, I feel like you can read into this thing that's being handed, but I would assume it's just a bit of information on said target. I don't think it seems like it's anything that crazy, and I'm assuming that's something nobody has had before, is that Omnic from the front. So there's a lot of potential cool stuff coming, and I'm very excited for the lore nerd inside me that I hope you guys also share. I don't mean you share my inside lore nerd. I think you all have your own. I mean, I'm more than willing to share my inside lore nerd with you, but you have to buy me dinner first, okay? I ain't no cheap inside nerd. I'm just gonna stop now. And the last thing I want to touch on, and I apologize, this is shorter than normal. Obviously, as I said multiple times to the point that you're probably sick of hearing it, because I'm ill. It hurts to talk, so I can't do what I did have planned for today. But the other thing I want to talk about is the patron video. It was absolutely amazing, the response. So many of you rallied and got behind me, and every comment was amazing. I got more emotional than I would like to admit looking at the response of that video, and I can't. I really, it was beyond anything I ever expected in the slightest. And it really was overwhelming. It really, really was. Everyone who put positive vibes forward, who saw that, and everyone who backed me on Patreon itself, the deepest thanks I can offer, I do. Because I can't articulate in words how literally life-changing that is. It has reaffirmed that so many of you love what I do, and that's really all that I want from this. I don't care how many people watch me. I don't care about making the air quotes right thing. I care about doing what I am into, what I am loving, and see so many people support me and be willing to support me and say no matter what they will. It's, you know, it's, I think somebody's peeling onions, basically. I can't. Thank you all so much for the response on that. It blows me away. It absolutely blows me away. It was amazing to get back and read that. It really was. It's been such a help for my mental state, because it's been a huge stress relief. And basically, everyone listening to this, you are the loveliest, lovely person ever. And I thank you that you are choosing to spend some of your time with me on this channel. I really, really do. So my name has been Rage. Like you've enjoyed this, and subscribe for more. I will see you next time. A goodbye.